Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and let me know down below if you disagree with any of my rankings. Now the first farm on this list is the Enderman farm. Now this Enderman farm is absolutely incredible in the Java version of the game. In Bedrock, unfortunately an update has made it so they capped it so only 10 Endermen can actually spawn and fall at a time, making it so you have to kill the Enderman a lot more often than you used to have to, and that's the only thing that's stopping the Enderman farm from putting it into S tier. Other than that, it's really simple, super easy to make, and gives good XP too, and that's why it's going to go into A tier. The notorious fish farm. Now the fish farm used to be one of the best farms in the game, and it is so small and easy to make. However, with the new nerfs, they've changed it so you can't get any good items like name tags or books from the fish farm, which is why it is going into the D tier. The 2x2 Trident Killer. The reason this Trident Killer is so good is because you can put it at the bottom of almost any single farm. Mob farms, raid farms, creeper farms, anything you want, and it'll fully automate that farm, and that is why this is definitely going into S tier. Now the Cobblestone farm is really easy to set up. It's a simple farm, it won't take very long, it's super easily AFKable, but I mean at the end of the day, it's just cobblestone. If you want a lot of blocks, just go make something better, C tier. Now mob farms are incredible. This same design has been used, again, since the beginning of Minecraft. It's the same design, but it works so well. It gives you tons of different things like bones, arrows, rotten flesh for your dog, gunpowder. It's such a simple farm to set up, gives such good rates, and you can throw a Trident Killer at the bottom to automate it all, and that's why the mob farm is being put in S tier. Now raid farms are awesome. Everybody should have one in their world. They give tridents, they give emeralds, they give enchanted books. There's not really much more to say. Raid farms are incredible, S tier. Next is the Blaze farm. Now the Blaze farm is actually quite a decent farm if you're within the first 5 minutes of your game and trying to get blaze rods. Other than that, unless you're making an insane amount of potions, I don't see a reason that you're going to need a blaze farm. There are better XP farms and ways to get them. That's why it's also going to go in D tier. Next, we have the Sugarcane farm. It's pretty simple. You build it in like 10 minutes. The sugarcane grows, the observer sees it, and it breaks the sugarcane. Pretty simple, C tier. A Wither Skull farm. Not much I can say about it, except for it'll take about an hour to set up. It gives you Wither Skulls, and that's really all you need. B tier. Now the wool farm will take you about 2 minutes to set up and will give you tons of wool, and it is also super easily expandable and is great for if you ever want to go netherite mining using beds, or if you want to do anything like decoration, and that's why wool is also going into the B tier. The disc farm. Now the disc farm is actually a farm that I designed myself, and how it works is you get a bunch of creepers in a hole, you have a skeleton shoot some TNT, the TNT blows up the creepers, and since the skeleton technically shot the creepers, you get all of the discs. So if you're collecting discs, instead of running around to tons of different creepers, trying to get skeletons to shoot the creepers, all you have to do is set up this farm once and you have them all S tier, 100%. Now after you've collected the resources, this fuel farm will take like 2 minutes to set up, super easily expandable, and gives tons of lava buckets that you can then use to smelt 100 items, without a doubt S tier. Iron. Everybody needs iron. Iron is in everything in Minecraft. This is such a simple 5x5 farm, and it is so easy to set up, and that's why this iron farm is going into S tier. There are so many farms in Minecraft, like wood farms, crop farms, or even like dyes and stuff like that require bone meal, and this bone meal farm, I mean, it just produces a stupid amount of bone meal. It's really simple. It also gives you tons of fish and things like that, and that's why this is being put into A tier. Next we have gold, and gold is a great thing for golden apples, as especially in hardcore worlds, everybody wants golden apples so they always have health so they don't die, and this farm is quite easy to set up. It's just a lot of obsidian, but once you've built that, the farm is pretty much done. There's just a couple things here and there. Really simple, gold is super versatile, and that's why it goes into A tier. Ice. I mean, if you're making a big ice bridge, it could be pretty simple, but again, just go to like a big icy biome and just mine ice for like an hour and you'll have plenty. I don't really know what else to say, C tier. Now the chicken farm is actually a really decent farm if you want to eat chicken, but there are easier farms to make like the cow farm, which is later on this list, and they're just better in every way. They're better for food, they're better to make, they're more efficient, and that's why chicken farm is going to go in C tier. Now the pumpkin and melon farm. This farm does take a little while to set up, and the rail system below can be a little annoying, but in my opinion, pumpkins are the best way to get emeralds in Minecraft other than like a raid farm. So you can take these pumpkins, trade with a villager, and then you'll be able to get tons of emeralds like that, and that's why this is being put into A tier. Now this slime farm is really easy to make. The only annoying part about it is you do have to dig out like 760 something blocks when you're actually making it, but other than that, it's a really efficient farm and is great for if you're doing a bunch of massive builds that require a lot of sticky pistons, or if you're doing smaller builds and just want a lot of slime balls. So this is going to go into B tier. Now this wood farm isn't really a farm as it is more a wood cutting method, but it's super simple, so I thought I'd throw it in here. You grow the tree, you cut the tree down, and everything else collects it. S tier. Now this cow farm will maybe take you 20 minutes to set up, and in my opinion, steak is one of the best food sources in Minecraft, other than golden carrots. It's really easy to set up. All you have to do is breed these cows at the top and watch them die in the lava below, and that's why this is going in A tier. The kelp farm is pretty similar to the sugarcane farm. It's the exact same build just with kelp, but again, who really needs that much kelp? Just go to a deep ocean, get all the kelp yourself, super simple. That's why it's also going to go in C tier. Next we have the witch farm. It's a pretty easy farm to build, drop some good resources, but let's be honest, who really needs to build a witch farm? That's why I'm putting it in D tier. Now the Trident farm is actually a great one. The only problem is it can be a little annoying to set up at times. However, if you do need lots of tridents, if you're going to make stuff like trident killers, or if you just want to get your first trident and don't feel like waiting for it, then this is a very good farm, and that's why it's going into the B tier. Now the 3x3 trident killer is amazing. I know it's not really a farm per se, but it's still really helpful in automating any farm that you want, like the creeper farm, like any big mob farms that you might have, whatever you need, and that's why it's being put into A tier. Now this creeper farm is super simple to make, although it does take a long time and a lot of resources, and that is the only thing that's stopping this from being in a higher tier. However, it is a very good farm, and once you have it built, you will never have any more issues with needing any more gunpowder for your elytra for the fireworks, and that's why this is going into A tier. Well, there it is. That is the entire tier list completed. I like the look of it. Let me know what you guys think down below if anything should have been in a different tier. As well, if you want to know how to build any of the farms seen on this video today, go down into the description and I have a link to my videos for every single one of these farms on here. That's all for today's video. Catch you guys in the next one. BlazedMC out.